All right, you guys, we're going to discuss the difference between content creators and YouTube hoopers because there is a distinct difference, and the ABC crew is going to dive into that right now. All right, fellas, what I'm about to say is somewhat of a soliloquy, okay? I've been in the content creation business since 2011. Damn! You do the math. Yeah, I know. It's about 14 years, okay? I'm OG with it, but I was also 15 at the time. And lately, I've been feeling a sense of disrespect in this light. To be a content creator doesn't just mean you get a camera or a phone and you record and upload. It goes beyond that. You got to be intentional. You got to be creative. You got to be organically in the eyes of me. Like you got to be organically a creative person on camera. You got to be that. You can't just automatically say, well, I uploaded a video, I'm a content creator. It don't work that way, man. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it is because when I first started out, like I put hours of work into every video. It wasn't just record, upload. It was record, edit, re-edit, edit again, thumbnail, post all day, every day. Then I went to the Instagram side. I'm posting my snippets on the Instagram side, cutting the videos down, condensing them down for people to see, oh, this is what he's doing on YouTube. Boom. So now I'm driving forces from Instagram to YouTube. And then I'm on Twitter doing the same thing. I'm on Snapchat doing the same thing. I'm on TikTok doing the same thing. So for me, it's like, it's really dearing to my heart that people out there just think, oh, because you have a following and because you're a part of YouTube platforms, that you're automatically a content creator and should be getting said opportunities for these other things like a creator league and stuff like that. But there's a reason why it's called creator league. You got to be a real creator from the soul, like from the heart. And what pisses me off about it is if I come out here and I say, I'm a professional basketball player, the actual professional basketball players look at me and be like, you ain't put no work in. Like, that's disrespectful. And they have a point and they have a reason to feel that way. And for me, I'm looking at it on the OG side of things. I think that it'd be disrespectful for me to say I'm a professional basketball player when I don't put the work in to be a professional basketball player. I'm not good at being a professional basketball player. That's just me kind of disrespecting the craft. Just because I say, oh, I can go out here and drop 30 in a rec league or something. I'm a pro. It don't work that way. Okay. Same with content creation, man. If you don't put the work in, if you don't set the fucking foundation, excuse my language, it really doesn't. You just can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. Now, there's no right or wrong answer in terms of when that content creation bug kicks in, like when it determines you as a content creator. But there is the amount of work you have to put in to be such. And it's not one video, two videos, three. No. You can't say I posted one video and it's been 3 years about your content creator. No, fuck that. Content creators post weekly, daily, sometimes twice a day. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be an original form content creator, bro, it's hard. Even when you make reaction videos, that's still a content creation because you're still doing something that you're perfecting your craft and being in front of the camera. I know I'm going along with it, fellas. My bad. I'll
no. Go ahead.
Wrap it up here shortly, man. I'll give you a prime example. When I first started out, I was talking with people that have already been in the business, right? So these are the B.A. the famous Loses of the world, right? That are already involved in the content creation business before it became super popular. And I said, man, how did you like become successful and make it? And they said, hey, man, you got to post every single day, sometimes twice a day. And before IG stories were a thing, you're like, now you got to post on IG at least 3 to 5 times a day. You got to really treat this as if you're in a season of college basketball and you're really trying to get better at your 3-point shot, at your layups, at your finishing, at your dribbling, at, you know what I'm saying, film study. Like, you really got to treat it like that. You have to break it down to a science to where you understand that every opportunity you get it's a marginal room of error because you have to keep growing. And once you get stagnant, you can lose that traction and it can be tough to pick it back up unless you're an anomaly. There's always exceptions to the rule. Okay. But yeah, that's just for me. Content creators versus YouTube hoopers, both are great. But for one to say, oh, I'm this because I have just a couple of videos on the channel, it doesn't work that way. And for a content creator, for me to say I'm a professional hooper, I do this at a high level and I haven't played on that platform, I really can't say that necessarily. So that's just my thing, fellas.
So let me ask you one question. Do you think that for these guys that are treating it, the guys that are just training and treating it more as like, I'm a professional basketball player, whatever the case is, they're so far into that craft. Do you think that it would hinder their performance? Because we all know here how demanding being a full-time creator is. It is a lot of work and it takes up a lot of your mental capacity. Do you think that that would deter their performance?
It shouldn't.
on the court?
It shouldn't, because if this is your job, this is what you do, you should always delegate time to such craft. Like, you can delegate a few hours in the gym and a few hours of editing or a few hours of learning the craft. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's enough time in the day for you to delegate and learn and still be effective.
There definitely is.
I think it's about evolving, especially as a creator. But I think some of the YouTube guys, all right, so I'll put it like this. I'm gonna be totally blunt. Some of these YouTube guys that see, like, let's say the Creator League is doing something, right? And I'll see them under there trying to become a part of what the Creator League is doing. But to become a part of the Creator League, you have to be a creator, meaning that you have to be posting on your own platform. Having your talents on another platform consistently will not get you noticed by the Creator League or any league that does something like that, because your following and what you do has to be appealing to an audience, which is appeasing to the Creator League. And for you to have 1, 2, 3 videos on your channel will not get you where you want to go. Like, even for myself, bro, like, I ain't gonna call from them, but like, I understand that I have to do more, which is why, like, okay, I'm vlogging this year a lot more than what I normally do. I'm doing interviews a lot more this year than what I normally do. It's just a lot of things that I'm changing in order to build my platform up before I even go out here just asking or publicly asking for things of that nature. I did that before when I was a smaller creator. I would say like 30,000 subscribers. And then I was like, bro, you ain't done nothing for nobody to really recognize you in that light. And even at that time, I had about 300 videos on my channel, but it's just not enough. You gotta really show a MF that you are putting in the time and effort to evolve as a creator, you know?
That's a good point, B. Just to add on to that a little bit, I think the main priority for the Creator League is what you've done as a creator.
Yeah.
And the key word is what you've done as a creator. So your line of work content wise, do you get I mean, it does boil down to views and just like an individual following that goes past just your talent. It is about being a creator to them. They are more interested, obviously, in creators. You see with all their drafts and stuff, they pick a lot of streamers because a lot of streamers are creators, you know? So if you have that understanding, then you can understand how to get on there if you want to get on there.
Yeah.
You got to
Which
put in
is
the work.
by creating, yeah.
You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On 3 different platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You just got to put in the work. And it has to be organic work. It has to be your stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean,
And I would like to add too, like, and what I said, I hope you guys don't take it the wrong way for those watching. I'm saying more so of you actually have the upper hand being on these platforms. You can literally take advantage of that and then you start getting your platform together because you're being seen on said platform. So it's like the more you're seen and then the more you start doing stuff for your own channels, then it becomes a little easier. Like back in the day, we didn't have that luxury. It's more so you got to get it from the ground up and just keep building. But now you can kind of be on 4 or so different platforms, have big performances, and then build your brand off that, which we've seen a few people do that very well. And I think that's where the gray area lies. I feel like a lot of people try to find excuses as to be like, well, I'm not getting this because X, Y, and Z and this and that. But I'm like, no, you have every opportunity to build off of it. It's kind of like the Kendrick Lamar situation where there's artists coming out saying, yeah, I ain't get nothing from this Kendrick collab. Like, I'm broke, yada, yada, yada. And some people are sitting there like, you got the opportunity. And then after that, you didn't do anything else with it. So it's really no one else to blame but yourself. And I think it's the same thing in content creation, because it's so much you can do out there that there's no rules. You could do anything. You could be a broadcaster. You could talk about basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the test of time for me as a content creator means, like BL saying, was evolving. Every amount of years, you got to evolve. And that's why personally, I always make a new channel every 2 to 3 years, doing something different, trying to evolve and attack a new lane. That's just me personally.
It's a massive safety net too. Like the way that these guys are hooping, going from platform to platform, I think it's a great thing for them now, but down the road, like what does that turn into for you? if you have a channel and content to fall back on, like you're building for your future, you're building your personal business and brand. If you're working on your content consistently, if you can find a way to find time in your day to build those businesses behind the scenes as you're hooping on the platforms, and those platforms are filtering to your business, that gives you a safety net and something to transfer into.
And I'll say this too. There's a guy, and he's low key a blueprint for this. It's J-Lu. You know, like,
oh man, yeah,
we don't watch J-Lu appear on Frigga's channel and literally build his following to damn near 500K on Instagram. His YouTube is over 100,000 subscribers based on his ability to buy in on himself,
yeah,
and take his own initiative to start what he can do, because I am my own entity. I know I partner with this entity. I play on this platform, but I'm J-Lu. So I'm going to get J-Lu going. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these guys have to understand that, like, one, you ain't young forever. Two, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say this too. Like, we're not gonna sit here and act like this real serious hoop lane is not a blessing already. Like,
Right.
Kyrie Irving is involved.
right.
So, like, I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know? So
No, that's a good point, B. I mean, I think it is looked at as like, I mean, you're right. It's like it's an alternative hoop lane that has been created kind of with the framework by the creators.
yeah.
And then, it is a blessing. I don't think guys should take it for granted, but why not have a safety net, fellas?
Mhm.
Why not build for your future and pivot into a content creation space? You might become a commentator one day for a platform. You might become, we don't know what all this is going to turn into. So if you just don't put in the work now, there will come a day as a player where you don't know where to go from there,
Yeah.
or that might not be lucrative. I mean, look at the professor. When we sat down with him, he said he went broke after and one. That's the professor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like one of the biggest brands back in the day in the world. There's going to be an issue potentially of like, where do I pivot? What do I do now? I haven't been working for years and now I want to go into the workforce. Like,
That
it's
is
a weird situation.
Right.
And now that's a weird place to be in life.
Yeah.
When you haven't been working and then you don't know where to go because you're done playing, and now you're maybe in your 30s, you might have a kid or two, so put in the work.
So let me ask you this question: as a guy, let's say Cell is part of the next chapter. He has no following, but he's part of the next chapter now. How would you go about building your following?
Man, that's a great question. I think for me, like, being on the platform, it's my first time on the platform. I would for sure just take all advantage of it. So I'm talking about I would invest everything into it, meaning I would put all my money, everything I have into this opportunity. I would fly a cameraman out with me, bring one of my boys or something. That way I can get behind the scene content and just everything else, so that when these videos drop, they have something BTS to watch behind the scenes, to get to know me as a person, to see me more so outside the court, and then also see me on the court on that platform. And then you just kind of keep building off that. You kind of can't wait for them to post clips of you and be like, oh, just collab with me on that. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, can you send me these clips because I need that for my channel? It doesn't really work that way. So I would go all in and be like, look, I'm bringing my camera person here to get BTS. Like, I need as much footage as possible to start my career, because this is me betting on myself. And I think a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They're willing more so just to have the opportunity and get some of the IG notoriety, rather than getting the IG notoriety and building your own YouTube platform on the back end from said behind the scenes footage of those seasons and games, stuff like that you're a part of. I think that's the missing key to all this.
So it seems as if the biggest difference between, and I'm not saying F it, the biggest difference from what you're saying to me is laziness.
Yeah, for sure. Complacency, comfortability, and laziness. Now, we've seen people on the TNC platform recently. Like, I've been seeing Berg been posting now. I'm like, that's beautiful.
Mhm.
And I want to go back a little bit. When I say it's content creation isn't just record and upload, record up. Essentially, it is that. But what I'm saying is, you don't just record 2 videos and be like, well, I'm a content creator now, over a span of 2 to 5 months. You dig what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of ground we get to put in. You gotta post some vids that gonna flop and get no views. That's just part of it. I got vids right now in my vault from 2016 that I never dropped. So I was like, this might not hit. Or
Yeah.
or I was like, not even. I was like, this is kind of weak. Actually, not watching it back. This is actually weak. So I never dropped it. I got multiple videos like that, but that's just part of the grind. You're gonna have some videos that you don't post.
Yeah. I
And you
think
gotta be okay with that.
right. I think a good way for guys to make that transition into more of a content creation mind is just starting off on TikTok and Instagram with short form videos and taking it could be a day in the life, man. For me, you don't have to post on YouTube to be considered a content creator.
Correct.
Like I know of guys I respect as creators that just post on Instagram and TikTok.
That's a great point.
So I think, hey, YouTube video is a lot to tackle. I understand it. You may have to pay someone. Forget that. You do have a phone. And that kind of content is really good on TikTok and Instagram. I started off on TikTok with the G League series. You can find a way to create some content to kind of let people in on a goal of yours or something that, it could be a day in the life, even simple as that. But I think that just that people will recognize that step and maybe start to shift their mindset on.
You know what, Millie? That's a great point because, and I know he's not beloved by fans, but Hezzy does a good job of this. J-Lu as well. They'll post like a 7-8 second clip of them frying somebody.
Yeah.
And they'll go viral. I've seen J-Lu build his following, seriously.
Off of a one bucket clip.
Off a 1 bucket clip.
Yeah.
So that's a great point. And I'm gonna say this to guys. If you guys don't want to make a full YouTube vid, go to the park, have your old lady, your homeboy, and what your nastiest bucket of the day, post it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or you training some of the things you go through, throw a little voiceover on it. I mean, this is stuff that won't even take you out of your flow that you're already in terms of the focus that it takes to continue to elevate basketball wise when you get to that top percentile, because that focus does become extreme. And that's why I was asking you guys, would that knock people off of their focus? But that's the kind of stuff that like you can do that won't take you out of your flow. In some ways, it might actually make you better because now you're watching film of yourself. Now you're breaking down why you're doing what you're doing to people. And it just doesn't, it's not as much as tackling like being a full YouTube creator. That is a totally different thing. No, so just start out on TikTok and Instagram.
But the thing is too, as well, what I will say is I don't really see it being as taxing. If you're a top 10 guy, like a Cam So Smooth, and I'm recording a spar session with my homeboy, spar session with my other homeboy, and I'm posting 1 spar session a week.
Yeah.
That's not really taxing. We're not asking you to post 5 videos a week. It's just more like I'm planting these seeds that people just want to see my personality and still see my game that's outside of the platform that is providing or scaling my talents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So, fellas, what are some of the content creators and what are some of the YouTube hoopers just to differentiate them?
I would say automatically got Jesser, the GOAT, Cash Nasty, Flight Friga. I would even throw myself in there, T-Jazz, like YPK Ray, Cam Wilder, Drifty J, Kenny Chow.
Can I say something too? A lot of you niggas is just too good to be in the creator league. Some of you, y'all not gonna be in it. Damn, I'm gonna say that too. Like some of y'all are pros.
That's facts though.
Y'all not about to be in the same creator league as Jason the Wing.
Oh, hey, respectfully, I know my lane. That is where exactly I belong.
No, you're a tweeter. But some of these guys like, all right, hell, like Nas. Sorry, brother. It ain't happening, player.
That's OD. That's OD. Come on, that's
Rob Colo, we saw you in the comment section. It ain't happening, player.
Could you imagine Rob isoing Ray Asian Boy?
Come on, man.
Rob would hit him with 17 tweens, and he'll just be like, "What?"
It's not happening. Now, what could, because I do like you see, but it's tweeners. It's tweeners like Cell.
I think Cell. I look at Cell as in the Jesser Cash. I look at him in that tier. I look at me and you maybe in the middle ground, and then I look at a lot of the
disgusting.
I look at a lot of the wait. Why do you say disgusting?
Because it's like fuck. Like we're kind of stuck.
No. So what I'm hearing is Mills saying I can't hoop.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
God.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
I'm kidding. I'm trolling.
I think I think you got in at a time where I considered a lot of those guys just creators because that was the main priority.
Correct.
Whereas you have like B, I don't consider you just a creator.
I know.
Or just a hooper, and I don't really consider me as that. I think it's about maybe the time you got in as well. We'll do it.
We got it. I'm gonna say one more thing. We got in at a time, Millie. Like my class is like Cam, Scar, J-Lu, Nas.
Yeah,
like that's our class. We the tweeners. You're a tweener too, but you're before us. You're like a year or two before us.
Yeah, like a year or two. But I started out still with basketball being my primary thing, but I also created.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was like they got to know me as a basketball player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I consider myself a tweener, was because of how heavily I relied on basketball.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That's a good point. Like the little XXL freshman class. Like my class was me, Los, B-Dot, Devin the Lab, Bone
Exactly.
Fester, like we.
Oh my God, y'all! Yeah, that's
we,
OG shit.
So Illuminati, like we Kick Genius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Flight and Cash too. You know what I mean? But it's like, damn, classes. Yeah, you think about our class is kind of deep.
Yeah.
No, that class. Yeah,
that class
was successful.
You could consider that class the original class.
Yeah.
On some shit. Is Jester part of that class or is he later? Jester's
younger than us, but I think he's like towards that 2014, 15, 16-ish.
Yeah.
But he's an OG though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. Well, just to wrap up this convo, we could do a tier list next video. Let us know in the comments if you guys want to see us do a tier list as how, I guess, where we consider people, if you guys want us to continue this conversation. But if not, I think that kind of wraps it up, fellas.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. Go ahead, B.
Russell Westbrook legacy game.